This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Well, it's the first time the Inter-American Development Bank is hosting a skills development conference in the Caribbean.
It's a move to come up with solutions that would address the skills needed for the workforce and the productivity of the sector. Clint Watson reports.
Skills training and unemployment are all major concerns in the Caribbean region. There are 22 million people unemployed with no training, and youth unemployment said to be double the percentage that it is in the Bahamas. What's further alarming is 2 out of 3 youth working do not have skills for the jobs they're performing. IDB representative in the Bahamas, Astrid Winter, says too many youth enter the work market and can't perform simple tasks.
That we have like two puzzle pieces that don't fit together. On the one hand, we have a large population of young people who are not working, or if they're working, they're in precarious jobs, and we have poor skills and training. On the other hand, we have another puzzle piece, which is companies and employers are seeking personnel to fill vacancies, but the workers they can find in the market don't have the skills that their businesses need. So this is what's the classic skills gap. And that's what we're going to be addressing in large part.
CEO of the Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Edison Sumner, challenged the government to ensure Bahamian youth had the opportunity to be trained. In doing so, he offered the services of the Chamber to the government in establishing a skills bank. In the same vein, he challenged the private sector to ensure employees have access to training. Recognizing that not everyone will be academic, he called for more efforts in encouraging entrepreneurship. Sumner also called for the creation of a National Productivity Council,
which will work hand in hand with the government, private sector businesses, and trade unions to ensure that activities in the labor force are properly monitored, and in doing so, able to identify where these skills gaps exist and make the necessary assessments on how the gaps were created in the first place, and further make recommendations on how such gaps can be closed.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie noted that in completing the country's National Development Plan, key questions on matching youth skills and interest with the right jobs, strengthening employment services, youth apprenticeships while completing studies are a few questions he hopes will be considered at this workshop.
I'm in a position to recognize how dangerous the conditions are becoming in the region and in the Bahamas through not being able to design programs specifically targeting vulnerable young people.
The IDB is hoping the ideas shared from the forum can feed into the National Development Plan. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
A convicted murderer will have to wait a week longer before he learns his fate. 25-year-old Roland Alexis was found guilty and convicted in May in connection with the death of Deslin Nicholas 4 years ago. On Thursday, Alexis appeared before Justice Bernard Turner for a sentence hearing, but that was pushed back due to a transcript. He's expected back in court next week, Friday.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. A 2-day workshop got underway today with the hope of discussing new on-the-job strategies tailored to current and future labor market needs that could benefit employability and productivity in the Bahamas. The Inter-American Development Bank conducted 2 surveys, the Wages and Productivity Survey and a labor market study, which shows that the country currently faces a skills gap that is becoming an obstacle to productivity and limits workers' employability. To tackle this situation, the Inter-American Development Bank suggests that training systems evolve into new models that better integrate the participation of public institutions, the training sector, and companies. In other business news, Harbour Island, Bahamas was voted the best island in the Caribbean by Travel Leisure's Most Discerning Travelers. The award was based on travelers' ratings of their experiences in the annual World's Best Awards 2015 Readers Survey. This is the second time that Harbour Island has received this influential award. Director General of Tourism, Joy Jirbalou, said the country was thrilled to receive this impressive award, a fitting tribute to the lovely island that was once the capital of the Bahamas. Its laid-back island appeal still manages to attract the rich and famous and ordinary persons who all fall for its unique charm and quaintness. And in international business news, Amazon today announced it sold more units on Prime Day than the biggest Black Friday ever and had more new members try Prime worldwide than any single day in Amazon's history. Customers ordered 34.4 million items across Prime eligible countries, breaking all Black Friday records with 398 items ordered per second. Prime Day was also a great savings day. Members globally saved millions on deals. Customers ordered hundreds of thousands of Amazon devices, making it the largest device sales day ever worldwide. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimmy Sweeney.
Public schools are expected to have the full complement of specialty teachers, particularly in math and science, when the new school year begins. That's according to Education Minister, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald. He also noted that for the first time, the Ministry of Education has not had to hire foreign teachers for math and science. This after the Ministry of Education informed future teachers earlier that it has no room for general studies teachers and can only accommodate those with expertise in specialty areas. Meantime, the Education Minister lauded the College of the Bahamas for taking the lead in ensuring that there are more Bahamian specialty teachers.
For the first time, we did not have to go outside of the Bahamas to look for math teachers, so it's a big improvement. College of Bahamas produced quite a number of math teachers for us, and this is really through the coordination of the ministry and the College of the Bahamas, indicating to them what areas we need, and also speaking to the students to tell them that if they want to be guaranteed employment, these are the areas that we really need teachers in. So they've responded well to that. And so that was really gratifying this year.
The Education Minister also noted that the process is underway to hire new teachers in an effort to ensure that there is a full complement of teachers at all public schools here in the capital and in the Family Islands.
And so we have the budget to hire new teachers in order to implement our high school diploma and our achievement unit, which will be monitoring kids to help to stop those kids that traditionally fall through the gaps. So we've had to hire more teachers in regard to that. And so we continue to support and supplement the teaching profession. But I think we're going to be ready for the new school year. We're very excited. A lot of new initiatives that we've been planning over the last couple of years are coming into force this year.
55 students participating in the week-long Hackett Science and Technology Camp are well on their way to realizing their career aspirations. In the engineering camp, students have been working on projects to solve some of the problems in the country. 15-year-old Wilfred Moss and his group are using drones to combat dump fires after realizing that the country is 6th in the world when it comes to cancer, which dump fires may contribute to, as well as blood disorders. 15-year-old Rima Nottage's group created a website to address inefficiencies at the Bahamas Electricity Corporation so Bahamians can pay their bills and cut down on waiting lines.
These air drones will be stationed around the dump site. And basically what they have is heat sensors that detect increasing flames and increasing temperatures. And it will go over the site or where the fire is and will drop a compacted missile with water or whatever substance is needed to put out that flame.
We decided to work on BC because it's one of our main powers. It's where most people, if not every Bahamian, gets their power from. And it's important that we all work on this together to make sure in 10 years and 20 years we keep growing and expanding on making the Bahamas a more energy efficient place.
Aisha Bo, camp founder and CEO of a Silicon Valley, California-based company STEMboard, says as someone of Bahamian descent, she wanted to give students exposure to the field of engineering. Now, the camp focuses on the disciplines aerospace and mechanical engineering, civil and electrical engineering, and computer science and web development. The camp culminates Friday when Bernard A. Harris, the first African-American to walk in space, will address students and act as the judge for the design competition. Ms. Bow invites the public to attend and says the winning group will receive a special prize.
The winning team is going to receive $1,000 that will go towards their creation of a Bahamian startup. So we're going to take this technology to the next level. They're also going to receive 1 month of online and iPhone app development support from CSB Tech Emporium here in New Providence. That's going to help them get to the point where they can then launch that startup and perhaps generate revenue. Now, I've talked to other teams who are here today who are already decided, even if they don't win, they're going to take their project to the next level.
Thousands of students are enjoying a well-deserved summer vacation, perhaps hoping it could last beyond September. But these students enjoy every minute of class time thanks to their teachers' creativity. It's the feature of tonight's BTC Island Connection.
No, it's not what's for lunch. It's sandwiched right in the middle of math and English periods. We caught this student getting his groove on as Miss Duncanson used her special musical techniques.
It mellows out the class when they are working. Instead of them talking, distracting each other, the music actually distracts them, and the melody of the song, they sing along with it, and it kind of flows with their work as well.
But there are some other media sources the school is seeking to incorporate into learning, like TV via BTC.
The community of Treasure Key proper has cable, but we don't here. So we can't have a TV where we can watch what's going on in the country. And so I would have spoken to one of the employees of BTC, so that come the new school year, we'll be able to have TV.
I use my cell phone all day, all night.
But they're not all social calls. Teachers like Alicia Pinder and Stephen L. Stubbs use their Teachers Appreciation Tokens, $20 phone cards to keep students up to date and to stay in touch.
It meant a lot, especially for teachers like myself who are not from this island. So it was a great assistance in being able to contact family members everywhere else. It was a shocker. Our principal said that she had a surprise for us, and we were all excited and very grateful for it.
I used it. I was very thankful of it because I use my phone a lot, especially in the classroom when testing or finding information for the kids.
Probably just as thankful as these students are for music in the classroom. So even if Miss Duncanson's class looks like they're having too much fun, they're paying attention. Except maybe this guy. Keishla Adderley for the BTC Island Connection.